And today we're going to talk about how to get your little one to wear a mask. Now, this may be because you are going through treatment and your kiddo needs a mask right now, or maybe you're watching this in the middle of this crazy COVID-19 global pandemic, and for the first time, you're saying, how do I get my little one to wear a mask? So I'm going to share with you ideas on how to make it fun, ideas from moms who have kids who are they're showing them how to wear masks and making it fun, from doctors, from some child life specialists. I've got lots and lots of ideas to share with you today. By the time you're done watching this video, you will feel comfortable, equipped, and confident that you can get your little one on board to not just wear the mask, but to do it in a way that's fun, that's not traumatic, and that imagine they might even cooperate. So make sure you subscribe to our video, and in the notes section will be links to all of the people that I'm going to be talking about, also links to our website. If you go ahead to the website and subscribe there, then you'll also have access to the resources. We're going to have a whole page of resources available that will go out and share with you lots of things that you'll be hearing me talk about, but you'll actually have the handouts and the videos and everything else. So make sure you subscribe and get onto our mailing list. So let's talk about masks. So my daughter was 4 years old when she went through her bone marrow transplant. And post bone marrow transplant, she had to wear a really heavy blue mask for 100 days. That's the rule after transplant. You have to wear a mask for 100 days, and it's the heavy one that does not move blue kind. And openly, I thought back to that season, and I was like, we really didn't have any problems wearing a mask. It wasn't something that she thought, it wasn't something that she seemed super bothered by. It's been interesting, I've seen on a lot of the childhood cancer family boards, moms asking and saying, what do I do? I can't get my little one to wear a mask. It's become very traumatic. They don't want to wear a mask. Now, sometimes they have to wear a mask for treatment, and it has nothing to do with going on right now. But it also got me thinking, there's going to be a lot of families who have just little kids that need to wear a mask, because while ideally we would all be socially distanced and stay home, that's not always feasible. Sometimes kids have to go with you, or they have to go to the grocery store. They're going to have to leave the house, and they're going to have to get comfortable wearing a mask. Particularly right now, we don't know what's going to happen. This may become a more common thing than it was before. So how do you get a little one to wear a mask that maybe doesn't feel comfortable, or that they're going to fight you on it? So I'm going to share with you some of my ideas. I'm also going to share with you some ideas from some experts in the medical field and in the child life profession, and even mamas themselves. So my idea was, of course, make it fun. That is the whole basis of everything that I did with my daughter during cancer, was making it fun. We were really into costumes, and I think if you can dress up, kids love to dress up. It's what they do normally. So can your mask become part of the costume that you wear when you have to go to the clinic, or when you have to go to the doctors, or just when you have to leave the house? Maybe it's part of their superhero attire. And I know there's different people who think, you shouldn't make everything into fun and characters, and that's okay. If it resonates with you, it did for me, this worked for us. We went to costumes in everything. So I would make my mask just another part of my costume. We did even for years afterwards, going to our follow-up visits, we always did a theme, and in our theme, we dressed up, and we made it silly, and we made it fun, and so your mask could become part of that superhero, that miracle kid costume. I also think that if you have an older sibling, I notice with my nephews, the little one always wants to do what the older one does. So if you have an older sister or an older brother, or maybe just an older kid, a cousin, somebody that they look up to, and you can get that older child on board to wear the mask where it's cool, little ones like to emulate. They want to be like that big brother or sister. They want to do what they're doing. And so if it's cool to wear a mask, and you can enlist and enroll that older sibling to help, then that might be an easier way for the little one to want to wear one too. Now, across the board, everyone I asked said, make sure as a parent you are wearing a mask. We set the example. We are the mirror for our children. If we're wearing a mask and we're having fun wearing a mask, then guess what? Our kids are going to be more likely to wear one. I also was very big when Em was in the hospital with the no fair game, and we used this a lot. Kids love when things are no fair for their parents. So if I was going through COVID now, where my daughter didn't want to wear a mask, I have to tell you guys, the big thing I'd be doing is, it's no fair. It's no fair you get to wear the cool mask, and I have to wear the boring one. It's no fair you get to wear the special one and I have to wear the boring one. It's no fair. Kids think it's hysterical when it's not fair. We did this from everything from when she had to get x-rays, and it's no fair that she got to sit on the x-ray machine and I couldn't. We did this for special scans. It's no fair that you get to sit in there and I can't. It's no fair that you get that special, spit slime sucker and I don't. The no fair game will serve you so well because kids love when the parents are annoyed that it's not fair for them. So across the board again, a lot of the mamas I talked to and the doctors and the child life specialists said, decorate your mask, make it fun. And also by decorating it, it becomes personable. Now that can be something as silly as just getting some markers and letting your child decorate or color the mask. Maybe you draw smiley faces on them or mustaches. I'm not super artistic, but if you are, you could get super creative with these masks. You could also get little, if you have a little girl, bling them out, stick them up, or you got some bling going around on the side. Or maybe you stick some feathers on it and it now becomes a silly mask, or maybe some pom-poms. As long as it's not destroying the integrity of the mask, that it's still safe, particularly with the cotton ones, go ahead and make this your new art project. So that not only could it be a costume, but it could be fun and it's silly. And of course, you don't get that. You get the boring mask. You get the one that's no fair, but they get to wear the cool one. They get to wear the one that everyone wants. Or maybe your kid gets to decorate your mask and they like the fact that you've got to wear a silly mask with pom-poms and feathers. I can't tell you the number of times I just did ridiculous things because I want my daughter to have fun and I wanted her to laugh. And so if she wanted to stick feathers and pom-poms on my face, let me tell you guys, I would have been all over that as long as she was laughing. I also did a lot with songs. So particularly with littler kids who maybe don't understand and it's difficult, you can't have that conversation. One of the things I really liked, and I'll share with you some of the ideas from some of the experts. One came from a child life medical expert, Child Life Mommy, and her blog and link will everything be below. She's got some fantastic resources. She said it's really important to explain why we're wearing a mask, that it not just protects us, but that it protects other people too. And that's important to have that conversation. And so if you have a child who's old enough that you can sit down and really explain that to them, that's super helpful. And she also said it's okay to validate their feelings. And I think we want to remember that. To say, I know it kind of stinks we have to wear this, or I don't want to wear this either. This is frustrating, or I know it kind of makes us sad that we have to cover our faces. That it's okay to have feelings about having to wear a mask. She also suggested the choices, and this is huge when we talk about decorating it. So maybe you decorate 4 or 5 different masks, and when you have to go out, you can lay those out and say, hey, you get to pick which mask do you want to wear. We know that kids love choices, so put out all the masks. Which mask do you want to wear today? And they get to choose. That gives them a sense of control, right? That's what we all want. We want a sense of control. You can, and so maybe they let you just wear the boring one, or maybe they pick out your mask as well. Or maybe they pick out sister's mask or brother's mask, whoever's going with you. Now, I like songs. Again, if you have a little child who you can't really sit down and explain, hey, this is to protect you and other people, then maybe you make it a song. And I'll tell you, I had a mom asking about this on one of the groups, and I came up with, this was like what came off the top of my head. So this has not been given any thought, any thinking, but I just thought, okay, if I had to make a song on the spot, it's one of the things I talk about making cancer fun. You got to improv. You got to think on your feet. If I had to think of a song on the spot, I would sing this song. I get a mask, mask, mask. It goes on fast, fast, fast. It's really fun, fun, fun. Till we're all done, done, done. Literally, that was like what came off my head in 2 seconds. But I thought I would sing the mask song every time we had to put the mask on. And I would be as silly and as ridiculous as I could possibly be. Now, I know you're thinking, but that's not me. I'm very serious. I don't know how to be silly. Yes, you do. We were all children once. We all made spaceships out of cardboard boxes and drums out of Tupperware. We know we used to do this. Sometimes we just have to connect and find that inner child so that we can make it fun for our kids. So could you sing the mask song? Could you dance around the room with the mask? Could you make it fun that we want to put our mask on because it goes on fast, fast, maybe we see who can put it on the fastest, fastest, fastest. Make it silly and make it fun. Okay, some other ideas. Let's go back to some great ideas that I got from some great child life experts. Child Life Mommy said, offer the choices, but she also suggested, and we will have these in the resources. So again, you want to make sure you subscribe, not just to the channel here, but also to our website so you can get access to this. She had some great coloring pages of people wearing masks. And so it normalizes it. It makes it more that, hey, this is what everybody does. And coloring pictures of masks can really, really help. Child Life on Call, another great podcast. She really talked about making sure children understand this isn't forever. And I did this a lot with my daughter's BMT. It was 100 days she had to wear a mask. And kids don't have the same sense of time that we have. They don't understand that, oh, this might be for the next 2 months or the next 100 days or maybe just for the next few weeks. And so it just reminding them this is not forever, this is just for right now. We don't have to wear a mask forever because think about it, in a little child's world, all of a sudden I went from playing and having fun and now my mom won't let me out of the house without a mask. Is that ever going to change? And so reminding them that, honey, you're not going to always have to wear the silly mask, but for right now, that's what we're doing. She also suggested taking safe mask breaks. So whether you're going to the clinic or you're going out somewhere, is there a place that it would be appropriate and safe that you could take the mask off? When children know that they're going to have a break or they're going to have something to look forward to, it helps kind of easing that anxiety. That, okay, we're just going to have to do this for right now, but we're going to get a mask break. And if you know when that break is going to be, you could even put a timer on or a timer on your phone so they can see how much longer do they need to wear it before they have a mask break. I also got to watch this absolutely adorable video. Jackie's little boy, Ollie, is currently going through treatment, and she is the one that you hear on the All Mama podcast. She's phenomenal and really has embraced medical play. Now, she's just a mom. She's not, doing medical play with other kids. It's with her son who's going through treatment, and he is a little. And so she had this great video, and we will share this on our social media. They took out a medical play kit. They had all the stuffed animals, and she put on a mask and then talked about, okay, let's check Bunny, and how does Bunny look? And as they were playing, and let's listen to Bunny's heartbeat and look at her ears, and okay, let's put our mask on too, just like Mommy. And she just went ahead and put that mask on. And I have to tell you guys, he didn't flinch, he didn't move. It was part of we're playing doctor. And it got him used to wearing the mask and how it feels. Then they went around to each stuffed animal and who gets to wear the mask and who's going to want to wear the mask. Now, I did a lot of stuff with stuffed animals when Em was going through cancer. Our stuffed animals used to fight over who got to go with her to the scans, who got to go to the ER, who got to go to the doctors with her. So you might even have the stuffed animals all jealous and fighting over who gets to wear the mask because only the special kid gets to wear the mask and one stuffed animal. You could have a whole game on that. And the special child, your child, gets to choose who's wearing the mask. Not everybody does. And is it going to be Piglet? Is it going to be Bear? Is it going to be the elephant? Who's going to wear the mask? And of course, you are the stuffed animals fighting, no fair, no fair. I want to wear the mask. I want to wear the mask. Again, make it fun, make it silly, make it a game. She also then put other things on the stuffed animals, like Band-Aids and things so that it's not just a mask. It's we put on Band-Aids, we put on gauze, maybe we put on Tegaderm, but we also put on a mask. And so I'm going to share her videos on our social media. She's given us permission for that. I just think it's a great example of being able to watch a mom in action working with a really little one on how to wear a mask and seeing how he didn't fight it. It wasn't scary because mom and dad were doing it too. All right, some of my favorite 2 ideas come from Dr. Husain. She is from Pure Direct Pediatrics. She has a phenomenal blog and social media if you want to follow her. She's constantly putting out great information. You may have seen her on the news. She really talks about practicing at home, and I think this is key, right? We don't want a kid to show up in the hospital and all of a sudden, boom, throwing a mask on their face, but really getting comfortable wearing the mask at home and practicing it. Living with Scanxiety, she suggested what they did with her son was using a timer. So again, this goes with practicing at home. You use a timer and you start it for 1 minute. And so just for 1 minute, you're going to wear your mask. And then you increase that to 2 minutes and to 3 minutes. so that you can get comfortable with how it feels. She also suggested that if the skin gets raw, using a little bit of moisturizer around the areas where if you have a mask that's kind of tight onto the face or not a cloth mask, that if you put a little moisturizer on, it kind of helps that irritation. Dr. Husain also suggested trying different coverings. She pointed out that a lot of the materials will feel different. So even different cloth masks might feel different, different fabrics might feel different to your child, different ear coverings. You know, some of them have the elastic. I've seen some of them now where they are using, like buttons to button them on, where you wear a headband and then a button. So you may find that simply different versions of a mask feel differently. And you might want to try out, seeing which one is most comfortable for your child. So it may be going through a few to find the right fit, to find that one's comfortable. She also talked about the goal, and the goal is not to touch the mask once it's on. We don't want to be touching all over this. Touching, and then touching our mask. Okay? It's really, we don't want to touch our face at all. So she suggested making that into a game to see how long can you go that nobody touches their face. And maybe you watch each other. Let's see who's going to touch their face. We're going to call it out. And when you can go to your appointment and not touch your face and not touch your mask, you get a reward at the end. Something, again, to look forward to. That's exciting. So these are great ideas. You might have your own. I'm just making sure that I shared all of them. You might have your own ideas. I've seen a lot of companies that are coming out with different animal prints and different funny ones. If your child has a favorite theme, maybe you can find out, is there a mask that has that fabric on it? Or maybe you know someone who's super crafty, or you might be, and you can get fabric with their favorite superhero or their favorite animal or their favorite Disney character, whoever, on the mask, and so they want to wear that. Certainly having options and making it fun makes it easier. And I think the big thing that we need to remember as parents is that we are the mirror for our children, that they pick up everything that we feel. So if we feel anxious putting the mask on, if we feel anxious that they're going to be anxious about putting the mask on, they smell fear, right? They're going to feel that anxiety before anything has even happened. And the more we can just relax and be silly and have fun, and we're going to put our mask on, and look how cool I look, and mine's got some stickers on it, and some sparkles, and some glitter, and we're super relaxed, we basically say to our kids, hey, this is no big deal. No reason to get stressed. You can be relaxed too. And that is more important than anything else, that they feel a sense of peace and calm around us, so that they know, I'm safe. This isn't scary. Mom and dad are doing it too, and I can choose what kind of masks I want to wear. So I hope some of these ideas worked for you. If they did, give our video a thumbs up. All of the people who contributed ideas, they will be listed below in the comments. You can find their podcasts, you can find their websites, their social media. These are all people that I personally know, and I think they do so much for the medical community and with their specialties, their expertise of helping parents, just making medical experiences more fun for kids. And make sure to go to our website, subscribe. We have a whole section of YouTube videos. So this is, if this one resonated with you, go check out our other videos. And if you do have a child who's going through medical treatment, go watch my TEDx talk, Choosing Fun in the Chaos of Cancer, and why fun is such an important coping tool for all of us to really utilize during this time. And maybe your child's not going through cancer, but hey, even when you go to the doctor's office to get blood work or a strep test, or right now, that when we embrace fun and we laugh and we giggle, we boost our immune system, we make a sense of peace for our children, that they're not so scared, and we can totally change their experience. So, and if you've got awesome mask pictures, please send them to us. We'd love to feature you on our social media. Share with other parents what you're doing. So send us your best mask pictures, and as always, good luck, have fun, and you will get through this. As my mom always said, this too will end. Bye.